Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive Illuminating Your Path. I'm Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
Together, we bridge celestial wisdom to help unlock your modern path. We're really here to help you discover those guiding starlight insights.
And explore the powerful cosmic energies within yourself.
Definitely.
So today, we're embarking on a deep dive, really getting into a fascinating question. How does your Gemini mind collapse the wave function? Between that infinite curiosity on one hand and laser discernment on the other.
To spark true innovation today.
Exactly. How does that spark happen?
That's such a great way to put it. Let's unpack this cosmic puzzle because, what we're talking about isn't just astrology in the usual sense.
Right.
We're introducing this idea, we call it Quantum Gemini. Now, it's not a literal physics term, obviously, but it's a really powerful framework, we think.
Mm-hmm. A way of seeing.
Yeah, a way to understand how your mind, this incredible instrument you have, processes information. We'll be pulling in connections from, well, cosmic mechanics, some amazing neurocognitive insights, and even ancient mythology.
It's all about finding that coherence.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the practical application within these realms that might seem, totally separate at first glance.
Exactly. Finding the connections.
And what's really illuminating, I think, is how science itself kind of gives us a mirror to this duality we're talking about. Let's look at Mercury, for example, the planet ruling Gemini.
Okay.
NASA's Messenger mission, this was back in 2011, it found something pretty phenomenal. Mercury doesn't just spin normally. It has this unique 3.2 spin-orbit resonance.
3-2. What does that mean, practically?
Well, it means for every 2 trips it takes around the sun, it actually rotates 3 times on its own axis. So think of it like this cosmic dance, yeah? It's constantly shifting its perspective.
Ah, okay, I see.
And for us, this mirrors Gemini's inherent dualistic perception almost perfectly. That natural knack for holding multiple viewpoints at the same time.
Wow. And it goes deeper, doesn't it? Something about the surface.
Oh, absolutely. If we look at Mercury's planetary albedo, basically, how much light it reflects, it shows what scientists call superposed spectral states.
Okay, superposed spectral states. Sounds technical.
It does, but think of it like this. Its surface is kind of simultaneously absorbing and reflecting light. It suggests it holds multiple possibilities all at once. It's not just in one state. It's like a blend of potential.
A blend, like quantum potential.
Exactly. For us, it's a beautiful metaphor for what we're calling quantum cognition. Your mind's natural ability to hold lots of ideas and potential before one becomes, clear.
Right. Not just choosing A or B, but holding A and B for a moment.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And look, this isn't just some cosmic poetry. When we connect this to neurobiology, it gets really tangible.
How so?
Well, Mercury is often linked astrologically and symbolically to the superior temporal sulcus, the STS.
The STS in the brain.
Yes, a crucial region in your brain. It's deeply involved in theory of mind, your ability to understand what others might be thinking or feeling. Okay, I follow.
And here's the fascinating bit. fMRI findings, these were from Kenai back in 2011, suggested that people with strong Gemini placements, they actually tend to have an 18% thicker STS.
Whoa, wait. 18% thicker? Seriously?
Seriously. It directly links a physical brain structure to this very specific, very dynamic cognitive style we associate with Gemini.
So it's really not just a coincidence. There's a neurological basis, or at least a correlation, for this Gemini duality.
It seems that way.
And this pattern, this duality, it's not new, is it? It's woven into myths.
Oh, for millennia. Absolutely. Think about Thoth Hermes Trismegistus, that classic archetype embodying Gemini energy.
The messenger god, right?
Yes, and his symbol, the caduceus.
The staff with the 2 snakes.
Exactly. Those snakes aren't just decoration, they're intricately entangled. It's a powerful image representing information's inherent wave particle duality.
Wave particle, like in quantum physics?
Kind of like that, yes. The idea that knowledge can exist as this boundless potential, like a wave of possibilities. And also as something concrete, focused, like a particle.
Precisely. Potential and manifestation held together.
Okay. So this naturally leads to a really important question for you listening. What happens when this amazing duality, this, boundless curiosity, goes unchecked or unguided?
That's where we talk about entering the Sagittarius shadow. Sagittarius is Gemini's opposite sign, and in its shadow aspect, it can show up as curiosity without discernment.
Like just chasing shiny objects all over the place.
Kind of, yeah. A scattered, undirected exploration. And in our quantum language, this is a critical state we call decoherence.
Decoherence, meaning?
It's when the information loses its clear structure. It collapses, but not into clarity or understanding. It collapses into what just feels like noise, chaotic.
That feeling of overwhelm.
Exactly. So the goal isn't to shut down curiosity, not at all. It's about integrating that shadow, channeling that expansive energy with focused intention, so it doesn't just lead to mental clutter.
That makes so much sense. I think everyone feels that sometimes, right? Too much coming in.
Definitely.
Which brings us neatly into understanding the superposition mechanics of your mental wave function.
Right. So think of your Gemini cognition as being naturally in a quantum superposition state.
Okay.
This means your mind is inherently capable of simultaneously holding the potential for, let's say, boundless exploration and that laser-sharp clarity.
It's not either.
It's absolutely not either. It's a profound both-hand. Your mind naturally exists in this dynamic balance, this field of pure potential, just waiting to manifest.
So what does this mean for you, the listener?
It means your mind is inherently designed for this dance. It's incredible, really. Now, when we talk about bringing clarity, about collapsing the wave function, we're really looking at your own neurochemical triggers, your boundless curiosity, that urge to explore every new shiny idea, often driven by dopamine surges.
The novelty reward.
Exactly. It's like your mind is quantum tunneling, exploring new probability spaces, new mental landscapes.
Okay. And the other side, the discernment.
That amazing ability to cut through the noise, find the clarity, that's deeply linked to acetylcholine. It's crucial for focus, for attention.
So dopamine opens possibilities, acetylcholine focuses them.
In a simplified way, yes. That's where the clarity happens. The wave of possibilities kind of focuses down into a distinct point of understanding.
But here's the catch, right? The challenge for so many of us, information overload.
Ah, yes. The modern condition, perhaps.
Yeah.
It can ironically lead to a kind of, well, mental static.
Static, exactly.
When the sheer amount of new information coming at you gets too high, think about scrolling feeds, jumping between tabs, news alerts.
Constantly.
Your mind's natural ability to hold potential can overload and collapse. But instead of collapsing into that beautiful clarity,
it collapses into
what we termed classical noise. That's the Sagittarius shadow again. That feeling of being bombarded, overwhelmed by information that isn't differentiated.
that paralysis. Too many open tabs in the brain, can't focus on any one thing.
Precisely that feeling. When overwhelming information just stops you in your tracks, stifles innovation before it even gets started.
Okay, so the huge question then is, how do we actively manage this? How do we transform this raw potential into real, tangible innovation?
We use what we're calling entanglement protocols. And these aren't just theories. They're practical, actionable things you can try.
Okay, actionable is good. Give us an example.
Let's start with a simple, but I think quite powerful one. The Idea Entanglement Circuit.
Intriguing name. How does it work?
Okay, step one, grab 2 pieces of paper, write down 2 completely unrelated concepts. Let's call them A and B, like maybe quantum physics on one
Okay.
and baking on the other. Totally different fields.
Got it. Quantum physics and baking.
Step 2, place these bits of paper under a small piece of beryl. That's a stone often associated with Mercury, with communication.
Beryl. Okay. Then what?
Then, as you place them, just gently focus your intention and say the word syntagma.
Syntagma.
Yes, it's Greek. It means arrangement or connection. Just say it softly, with intention.
Okay. Syntagma. What's the idea behind this?
The power behind this, even though it seems simple, is that it's designed to nudge your mind, to help it forge unexpected connections, deep links between ideas that seemed totally separate before.
Like creating a non-local correlation almost.
You can think of it that way, metaphorically.
Yeah.
So instead of just having quantum physics over here and baking over there,
Yeah.
this practice encourages your mind to maybe leap to something totally new, like quantum ovens.
Quantum ovens. Okay, I see. A completely novel idea born from mixing things up.
Exactly. So the question for you is, what unexpected breakthroughs might you stumble upon if you try this with your own seemingly unrelated concepts?
That's definitely something to try. But generating ideas is one thing. What about filtering all the stuff coming in?
Excellent point. You also need an effective discernment filter, a way to make sense of it all, like clearing muddy water.
How do we build that filter?
We suggest focusing on processing information in manageable chunks. You know, Miller's Law, working memory. Often, about 3 core ideas at a time seems to work well for most people.
3-bit chunks. Okay.
Now, if the mental disorder, let's call it fuzziness, in one of those chunks feels high, if it's overwhelming or unclear,
Yeah.
that's your cue. That's the signal to activate your inner clarity protocol, your discerning focus. This is where you actively transform that potential chaos into something orderly, something usable.
Ah, okay. So recognizing the fuzziness is the trigger to focus.
Precisely. And the beautiful result, you get these clear chunks of knowledge you can actually work with.
So you're moving from pure potential where anything's possible but nothing's solid to clear, actionable insight.
Exactly. From potentiality to actuality.
Yeah.
But look, understanding the mechanics is one thing. To really thrive as a quantum Gemini, you need to actively master your inner cosmos
Okay, how? Well, what are the tools?
through what we call conscious activation systems.
All right, like what?
Well, one powerful technique is building a mental decoherence shield
A shield. How do we do that?
to help stabilize those mental waves, prevent your brilliant ideas from just dissolving into noise. Consider using sound, specifically the gentle hum of 528 hertz sine waves.
528 hertz. Isn't that the love frequency or DNA repair?
It's often called that, yes. Try listening to it gently while you're working with complex information or just trying to sort things out. It can create a really calming, focusing mental environment.
Interesting. Okay, using sound. What else?
Another ancient but incredibly effective technique is alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shohana.
Ah, yes, Nadi Shodhana. I know that one.
It's so simple, but it really helps balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. It lets you access both your analytical clarity and your intuitive insights more fluidly, like tuning your inner antennas.
Aligning the system.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Any rituals for actively generating innovation?
Yes. For actively fostering deeper innovation, we offer something unique, the Innovation Entanglement Ritual.
Okay, sounds powerful. What do we need?
You'll need 2 copper wires.
Copper. Why copper?
Good question. It's chosen for its conductivity, obviously, but also its historical link to Mercury. And you'll need a piece of rose quartz.
Rose quartz for heart coherence.
Exactly, for that gentle focus and heart connection. Now, the protocol's pretty simple. Gently twist the 2 copper wires together, make a nice double helix shape.
Like DNA? Okay.
Then hold the rose quartz at your throat chakra, your center for communication, expression, manifestation.
Hold it there. And then?
And as you do, visualize. Visualize your ideas, your insights, flowing like energy through that copper helix, swirling, connecting, converging into a powerful singularity point of new understanding.
Wow. Visualizing the ideas merging.
Yes. The, let's say, quantum effect here, metaphorically speaking, is that it encourages your thoughts, your informational energy to connect, to form these potent, innovative concepts, like Cooper pairs in physics, perhaps.
Creating new, meaningful connections. Moving beyond just random thoughts to truly integrated insights.
That's the goal. Integrated, impactful insights.
Okay. But we still have that shadow side to deal with, right? The Sagittarius shadow, that undirected curiosity.
Yeah, we absolutely do. We need Sagittarius shadow integration. If that curiosity is just left wandering aimlessly, it really can lead to distraction and feeling overwhelmed.
So how do we integrate it?
One really powerful way is through active imagination, a technique from Carl Jung. Try having a mental dialogue with the blind archer archetype.
Talk to the blind archer. What does that achieve?
It's not about shutting down the curiosity, remember. It's about transforming it, turning that reckless, scattered searching into targeted, purposeful inquiry, giving your curiosity a clear direction, an intention.
Giving the archer a target. I like that.
Precisely. And this idea of targeting leads to a really practical tool. We call it temporal discernment.
Temporal discernment.
It's a filtering question you can ask yourself when faced with a piece of information or a potential path of inquiry. Ask, will this information truly matter in 3 orbital cycles of Mercury?
3 Mercury cycles. How long is that?
It's about 264 days, roughly 9 months.
Okay. So, will this matter in 9 months?
Exactly. It's a surprisingly powerful tool for prioritizing. It helps you decide what really deserves your precious mental energy now and what can just be noted and let go, maybe.
That's actually very useful, a practical filter. Okay, let's move into the more advanced stuff. Advanced quantum information dynamics.
Right. Let's start by completely reframing Mercury retrograde.
Oh, boy. Everyone dreads retrograde.
I know, it gets such a bad rap. But what if we see these periods, they happen 3 or 4 times a year, not as setbacks, but as like a cosmic recalibration.
Recalibration? How?
Think of it like error correction in a neural network, a period of profound review and refinement. The cosmos is kind of encouraging you, maybe even forcing you to revisit your mental states, your past thoughts, decisions.
So it's for reflection.
Correction.
Deeper understanding.
Exactly. It's a necessary cosmic audit. It forces a slowdown and integration period. It's actually quite valuable if you approach it consciously.
I love that reframe, a cosmic audit for the mind. Very cool. And you mentioned Gemini's air element.
Yes. Gemini's air element connects beautifully metaphorically, to the physics concept of a Bose-Einstein condensate.
Okay, Bose-Einstein condensate. What's the connection there?
Imagine a state of information superfluidity.
Superfluidity.
Yeah, where your ideas flow without friction. Almost zero cognitive resistance. It enables incredible mental agility, speed. Your thoughts move with effortless grace and clarity.
A state of pure, unhindered mental flow. That sounds amazing.
It really is. And this all leads us to what we call the third mind principle. This might be Gemini's most profound, often hidden gift.
The third mind.
Yes. When your infinite curiosity and your laser discernment truly entangle, when they truly work together, they don't just sit side by side. They actually birth something entirely new.
They create innovation.
Exactly. True innovation. Not just combining old ideas, but creating something that genuinely didn't exist before. It's like a quantum leap of creativity, an emergent insight that's way more than the sum of its parts.
Wow. That's the real spark, isn't it? True originality.
That's the spark.
Okay, now let's tackle something tricky. A perceived paradox many Geminis, and let's be honest, many of us wrestle with. Balancing what feels like truth versus deception, or maybe ambiguity.
Yes, that tricky duality.
Yeah.
We connect this, again metaphorically, to a simplified take on Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
Okay. How does that apply?
Well, the principle suggests you can't simultaneously know certain pairs of things with perfect precision. Think of it like this. You can't maximize your certainty about the raw information content, the facts, and the information context, its deeper meaning or implication at the exact same time. There's always a bit of fuzziness.
Okay, so there's an inherent uncertainty. What's the quantum solution then?
The solution lies in consciously accepting this beautiful duality, embracing the dance between what seems clear and what seems fuzzy. When you do that, your Gemini mind, through conscious observation and intention, can transform what might look like deception or ambiguity into contextual truth. A much richer, more nuanced, more profound, and ultimately more usable understanding of reality. It sees the layers.
Seeing the layers, not just black and white. I get it. Which leads us to the final step.
The final activation, becoming the innovator, achieving quantum mastery, essentially becoming a powerful insight generator yourself.
How does that feel? What is that state like?
It's a state where the pathways of your thoughts are like braided world lines. They process information flexibly, multidimensionally, in superposition. And this leads to what we might call error-resistant innovation.
Error-resistant innovation, meaning?
Meaning your insights become robust, clear, truly profound. They can navigate complexity with grace and ease. They're not easily thrown off course.
Wow. Okay, so a final thought for everyone listening.
Yes. Consider this. What if embracing that inherent fuzziness in your thoughts, the ambiguity, like a true quantum Gemini? What if that's not a weakness at all? What if it's the very source of your most profound, most unshakable insights?
Turning fuzziness into a strength.
And what if your everyday decision-making isn't just choosing A or B? What if it's actually the conscious collapse of a multidimensional field of potential guided by you?
That's a powerful thought to sit with. Okay. As our cosmic journey into Quantum Gemini concludes,
dive deeper into collapsing your own mental wave function.
You can request your personalized audio reading focusing on navigating your curiosity and discernment via email now. Just find the link. It'll be glowing in the description below.
And explore the rituals, the neuroquantum exercises, the validation sources we touched on. All those details are waiting for you there too.
Ignite your insight. Think beyond duality. Become the innovator.
Subscribe for more Starlight Insights. And thank you so much for joining us.